Welcome back to Story Sprout, the place where unforgettable tales of love, kindness, and second chances come alive. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and stay with us for more inspiring stories that will touch your heart and maybe even change the way you see the world. It was a bitterly cold evening in the city, where the streets were buzzing with life but also whispering with loneliness. Among the glowing lights and busy crowds, a woman sat quietly on a park bench, her arms wrapped tightly around a thin coat that had seen better days. Her name was Emily. Once, she had a home filled with laughter, a husband who adored her, and children who kept her days alive with joy. But life had been cruel. A tragic accident took away her husband, and soon after, illness claimed her children. The grief had hollowed her, and with no family left, bills piled up until she lost the roof over her head. Now Emily was a widow, homeless, and forgotten by most of the world. But she still carried a gentle strength in her eyes, the kind that life's storms could not erase. On that same night, across the city, a man named Alexander sat in his office high above the skyline. He was a billionaire, the kind of man people imagined had everything. His empire stretched across real estate, technology, and finance. His name was in the papers, his face on magazine covers, and yet his heart was deeply empty. Alexander had one dream: to become a father, to hear the laughter of children in his grand mansion. But no matter how much money he had, one truth followed him: he was infertile. Doctors confirmed it again and again. He could build skyscrapers and empires, but he could not build the family he longed for. That night, his car passed through the park where Emily sat. Normally, Alexander would never notice a stranger on the street, but something about her caught his eye. She wasn't begging, she wasn't shouting, she was simply staring at the night sky with tears she didn't bother to wipe away. Her grief was quiet, but it was powerful. He asked his driver to stop. When he stepped out, Emily quickly looked away, embarrassed at her ragged clothes. Alexander spoke gently. "Are you all right?" Her voice was soft, almost broken. "I'm fine, just a little cold." He could have walked away, but something about her touched him. The next day, he came back. And the day after that. Slowly, conversations began. She told him her story, not in a way to gain pity, but as if speaking to someone who might understand. Alexander listened, and for the first time in years, he felt his own pain ease. One evening, as snowflakes drifted around them, Alexander looked at Emily and said words that would change both their lives. "You want a home, and I need children." Emily was startled. She didn't understand. Alexander explained with a kind but serious tone. "I cannot have children of my own, but I've always dreamed of being a father. I see the warmth in your heart, Emily. You've been a mother before, and I can see that love still lives inside you. I have more houses than I need, but they are empty. What I don't have is a family. What if we helped each other? You give me the chance to have a family, and I will give you the home and stability you deserve." Tears filled Emily's eyes. At first, she thought it was madness. How could a billionaire propose something so strange to a homeless widow? But when she looked into his eyes, she didn't see pity, she saw sincerity. Days turned into weeks. Alexander introduced her to his world, not with arrogance but with care. He helped her regain her dignity with warm clothes, good food, and a safe place to sleep. Emily, in turn, brought something priceless into his life: warmth, kindness, and laughter. His mansion, once silent, began to feel like a home again. Soon, Alexander asked her properly, "Emily, will you marry me? Not because of wealth, not because of charity, but because I believe we can heal each other. You've lost your family, I've never had one. Together, maybe we can rebuild what life has stolen from us." With tears streaming down her cheeks, Emily whispered, "Yes." Their wedding was simple, despite his wealth. Emily didn't want extravagance. She wanted love, a chance to feel whole again. Alexander honored her wishes. Their vows were exchanged in a small garden, where flowers bloomed quietly, much like their love. But the real beauty began after. Emily suggested they adopt. At first, Alexander was hesitant. Would he truly be able to love children not of his own blood? But Emily reminded him gently, "Love isn't born in blood, Alexander. It's born in the heart." Together, they opened their doors to two siblings from an orphanage, a boy and a girl who had also lost everything. The children were shy at first, uncertain if they would ever be loved again. But Emily's tender embrace and Alexander's patient warmth slowly melted their fears. For the first time in years, Alexander heard laughter echo in his halls. The boy ran through the corridors with joy, the little girl clung to Emily's hand, calling her, "Mom." And one evening, when the boy looked up at Alexander and called him, "Dad," Alexander's eyes filled with tears he never thought he'd shed. The mansion, once a cold monument of wealth, was now alive with life, love, and second chances. Emily, who had once been alone on a park bench, now sat at a dinner table surrounded by family. Alexander, who thought he would never be a father, tucked his children into bed every night with stories and kisses. Their story wasn't one of riches or desperation, it was a story of two broken souls finding healing in each other. Emily found a home, Alexander found children, but what they both truly found was love, the kind that life can take decades to deliver but makes every tear worth it. And so, the words that began as a strange proposal became a promise fulfilled. "You want a home, and I need children." Those words built a family that no tragedy could ever break apart again. Thank you for watching Story Sprout. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, love doesn't always come the way we expect, it often comes when two people dare to heal each other.